hear the word CMM, we try to understand that this is a modern tool, which is a solution for all our measurement problems. I think that is the flexibility it brings in. But when we talk about the CMM with such a flexibility, it is also necessary that the results are driven by many other factors which go with the machine. So today, let us look at this CMM as a tool for modern measurement requirements. When I say modern measurement requirements, what is that we are expecting from a tool like a CMM? We want a high productivity. I think that is, it goes well with the manufacturing, design, inspection, everywhere. We want high productivity. Of course, for measurements, we need good accuracy. Productivity associated with accuracy. The third most important thing what we want is the flexibility of this machine. See, we want to measure dimensions, we want to measure form, location, surface finish, curves, gears, so on and so forth. There are so many requirements which come. But in the normal practice with conventional metrology, we use many instruments to really do a measurement or quantify. But when you are looking at CMM, CMM brings in flexibility. This is one of the biggest advantages what we have. But what we need is we have both contact and non-contact requirements. It could be rubber, it could be soft parts, even by touching it may deform. So what is expected is we want both contact and non-contact measurements to be done by CMMs. Today, gone are the days where we want to measure only in the lab. Now measurements have integrated into the shop floor. So this CMM, what we are looking at as a modern tool, should be possible to be do measurements both in lab as well as in shop floor. CAD is part of our day-to-day life. It should have CAD integration. That means it should be possible that I should be able to develop a program with the CAD. Or even before coming to the machine, I should be able to develop a program. Database of tolerance. Now today, I don't want my inspector to use his brain. So if he wants to get the tolerance H6, yeah, it should be possible that the CMM database should be able to give me all that information. And I would also say that I don't want to train each and every one in my shop floor. The machine should be able to give me optimized speed. When I say speed, say I want to measure diameter, I want to measure form, I want to measure location. Do I use the same speed? Is there something which the software will give me as a guidance? So I would like to see the software of CMMs giving me a clear instruction how I should go about in doing a measurement problem. I want to have an interface to identify and record the workpiece. In this case, there are so many workpieces. I don't want to note down everything. I just have to have a scanner. I scan that automatically. It should be able to record that and generate a report based on the identified workpiece. I would like to have batch measurement. I don't want to be in front of the machine. I just put that into a batch and a pallet, and it should be possible. These are my expectations. So that is where my productivity will be higher. Now, auto identification of a program. I know I have developed hundreds of programs. I just scan the part. Automatically, it should identify what is the program, what has to be done, how it has to move, things like that. These are my expectations. Interface to segregate good from bad. And the machine should give me a clear instruction, maybe a robo, or other palette system where I should be able to segregate good or bad. I should be able to do offline programming or online programming. Real-time transmission of results. I don't want somebody to work on the data before he gives it to me. As soon as the measurement is over, I should be able to get the data. That is a true data. This is one of the biggest problems what we face. We want to have a uniform analysis of results. Today, the whole globe is one family. I just want to measure a shaft here and maybe a hole in Germany, but still it has to assemble. But the methodology, what I have to adapt, the way I have to analyze the results, all things should be same. So analysis of results and the software which gives me that option is more important. I want to do automation. Now, I just bring a bank of parts, put it onto the machine, and it should be possible that I should be able to load, unload, robot integration, segregate, everything has to be done. Reduce the operator influence. I don't want operator influence at all. I want the true values to be there. It should be IT4 enabled, Industry 4 enabled. It should be compatible for that. So when I talk about a modern CMM, I would like this CMM to have all these qualities. If that is the quality which we can expect from a modern CMM, I'm through with it. It is possible that I could solve any of the problems what is faced in the industry. So in a nutshell, I would say that a CMM, which is in the center, it will give me productivity, accuracy, flexibility. It gives me contact or non-contact, maybe with the same machine or with the different machines. That will come later because the cost also comes into picture. Batch measurement, CAD integration, automation, then IT4 enabled, offline and online programming, reduced operator error. If all these could be done by a single machine, I think that is an ideal machine. And when my expectations are possible to be met, then that is the modern machine what I would look for really integrating into my shop floor. So why is scanning probing is needed? As I clearly said, suppose if I use a 4-point method over here, you see the 4 points, then I will get one center, one diameter. The diameter, the actual contour is given in the blue color. But if I use a Gaussian best fit, that means a least square circle, which is shown over here, I get a different diameter and I will get a different center. Instead of that, if I use a minimum circumscribed circle, which is on the outer side, I will get a different center and I will get a different diameter. But depending on the application, I want to use whether it's a hole or whether it's a shaft, I use minimum circumscribed circle or maximum inscribed circle. Whereas with conventional ones, we use a 2-point method and we will not be worried about all this analysis. So a CMM can give you all these advantages, and whatever I want, I can measure depending on the requirement. So a typical characteristic and application of the standard best fit methods would be Gaussian best fit circle. And this is the classical method. It could be minimum circumscribed or maximum inscribed circle, which is depending on for fitting the pairing dimensions, which is useful for assembly. Or we want to have only the form error, then we can apply Chebyshev. That means there are different methods through which you evaluate a circle. So in all these 3 different methods, the diameters are different. The position of the diameter is also different. But I should know for which application I'm using, and we'll be able to answer that with these modern machines. Now, what really happens if you have a lower number of points is the uncertainty what it creates. Suppose if I want to create an axis, if I just take 4 points, I will create one axis. And if I take a different 4 points, I will create another 4 points. I mean, another axis. So depending on number of points, the uncertainty which is associated with creating an axis will also increase, which has a direct influence. If you have a multi-point measurement, then this uncertainty of angle or the axis creation will come down and you will get highly repeatable measurements. So from the hard probes to test rigger probes, there is a improvement. From test rigger probes to scanning probes, it definitely gives you a better advantage and will be able to answer many questions. What is answered, what is required to be answered in the shop floor.